Most people don't know this part of my story, but at the age of 12, I joined the adult choir at church. The only child among grown-ups, I stood out. I loved to sing. I loved the sound, but back then, I did not understand Christianity.
Eggs and bread? It's so basic, but it's so good.
I just knew my mom believed and her faith felt safe enough for me to stand near. When she passed away a year later, my world completely flipped. We moved to Rwanda. I was 13, grieving and confused. I buried my voice, my faith, all of it. I didn't stop believing in God. I just stopped caring and lived life. For about 8 years, I lived for myself. Your typical teenager, doing whatever, going wherever. But the crazy thing, God never stopped protecting me.
Guys, I'm serious. I forgot to make tea. I was like, something was missing. Something was missing. I'm really gonna eat dry bread and eggs, bro. Like.
When it came time for university, I was done with Christian schools. Concordia in Montreal was my first choice.
Should I take Earl Grey or peppermints? Earl Grey, peppermints. I'm taking this one.
I was stubborn and very sure. But at the last minute, my dad said, "You're going to Trinity Western, a Christian university." I was devastated, but that's where God met me, in my dorm room, alone, broken, and searching. It was like Moses at the burning bush. I realized I wasn't created just to exist. There was a call on my life.
You are the covenant keeping God. Pray for me, y'all, because I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, God, like, this whole saintly thing, like, are you sure? And I know it may sound like, okay, like, what are you talking about? Your voice is so nice, but that's not the point. I'm just struggling because it's one thing to sing, but I really want it to be pleasing to God. And you know, as worship leaders, as servants, it's sometimes there's a thin line. There's a thin line between performance and actually cultivating that heart of worship. And I really do not want to be led astray. And I made a covenant with God.
After all those years, I remembered I loved singing, but this time, it wasn't for my own convenience. It was a covenant. My voice doesn't belong to me. I'm an instrument for His glory. So when people say, "Ren, you're a singer," I say, "No, I am a worshiper." There's a difference. My journey isn't perfect. It is full of insecurity, fear, and grace. But day by day, I follow the one who authors my story.